Hey everybody. This is the Grumpy Grizzly in this painting series. Uh, I've done some painting lately, but I haven't really been showing you guys stuff because a lot of it was finicky detail work, and it was done kind of late at night, and not a lot of it was very entertaining. And well, it's not that it's entertaining, it's just that the times I was doing it, it just was spur of the moment and didn't really mean much of anything. But I'm going to show you. So really, I've painted all of my special edition Castles of Burgundy, such as these guys. This was the original color of all the castles. And so now I've given the castles a bit more everything here. I've painted the base red because I grayed out the whole thing, and then I gave it a wash over top to give it some definition and just something so it didn't look like just a piece of red plastic. And part of the reason I didn't show this was also that I didn't feel my painting was very good. Just like the little castle carpet pieces for your boats that are all they're all not quite the correct color either. The blue there is a very different color blue than the inside. It's a lot darker. The purple and yellow. The yellow is pretty close, but they've all been given shade and they've all been given a color. And same thing with the player pieces. I've just done them up in the same color I did as the pieces, and I just gave them a bit of shade. Just because. But all this was... I just didn't have it in me at the time to try and really show any of this as I was going along. Show my work as I was going along. I didn't feel much for it. It didn't feel that great while I was doing it, honestly. But I also, I'm back up a bit here. There's a sheet of all the different stuff. I didn't paint any of the animals at all. But as you can see, everything is just a flat color of that piece that you would get from the bag token. It's the same color as the bag token. And I'll show you a few examples here. I've completed everything except for 2 items in there. Everything, all the pieces are related to what the token does. So this one, well, whoops, there goes all the animals. This one scores points. It just scores you 4 points. And so on the board, kind of red is depicted for the points. So it just has some red top to it to give you points. The boats, well, they're just boats, and so the boats are just white and kind of dark brown and blue. And see, the blue base is the original plastic color. The entire thing is blue. The sail was blue. The whole boat was blue. And now she looks like a little bit like a ship. It was really finicky on the inside. I don't know if you can see, but down by the mast, it's kind of uncolored because I couldn't get my paintbrush in there because it was too small and I kept messing up everything. Let's see. The next building, the warehouse or whatever, the green silo, it's used for selling goods. So in the picture, or in the key card, it's got a gray top. So I did a gunmetal gray on top to depict like a shiny silver coin, but I did it gray, gunmetal gray, because the other one gives you straight up 2 money. So it has silver on top, and I just did a couple colored flags just to do it. And as you can see, it's kind of the sickly yellow, beigey kind of color, and the base is that sickly yellow. This isn't quite perfect, but it's pretty close color matching. When I painted it, I actually had a hard time telling where it was painted and where it wasn't. The market gives you, when you play it, you get a boat or a livestock. And so same thing. I just painted the base yellow, and then I just gave a contrast paint or whatever, green and blue in the building. So, you know, blue is a boat, green is livestock. So you just pick one of those two things. That's what it gives you. Let's go into the last things. Then I have to fix the animals because I dump them everywhere. Things like the church. There's a piece that gives you one of mine, a castle or a monastery, and I wasn't going to paint it 3 colors, kind of because of that. So on the box, the top of the church is kind of a vibrant yellow, or in the key card, it's a vibrant yellow. So I did, you know, the church is the same base plastic color, and then the top is a very different yellow than the rest of the piece. I can't remember what this is called. It's not a Colosseum, whatever it is. That one didn't go very well. That's why I didn't want to show it. So this one, same thing. When you play it, you just get another piece. Same thing, you know, the sickly kind of yellow. And all I did was just gave it a wash on top of the yellow for the whole building, just to give it a bit of differentiation. But when you look at it, it really stands out. When you're close up to it, it really stands out. But a lot of this stuff I didn't really feel that interested. Now, some of the stuff I really did some awesome kind of screw-ups on, such as I needed to make a sea foam color, a bluishy, greeny, turquoisey, sea foamy, whatever you want to call it. Well, I needed to paint, what have I got here? 2, 4, 6, 7 little buildings worth of paint. And so I needed a few drops of paint, big drops of paint. And I made like 4 tablespoons of paint trying to achieve that color. And that is the color I'm talking about. Because the building is brown. Of course, it's the same color on the bottom, so it kind of color matches everything else there for the base, which is painted. And the building is just a wood brown. And then that depicts pretty much exact same color as the tokens you get. Actually, the tokens are right here beside me if I don't drop everything across the floor. Let's see what my color matching is like. Not quite. I needed it lighter, more green, I guess, but pretty close. Good enough. In the paint room, I thought that was actually pretty good in my mind. That's what I had imagined. But yeah. Maybe I should have gone and gotten token, but that just means you get 4 workers, and everyone will know that. That's about the correct color. In the monasteries, they're the same beige color, but they're actually a very bright yellow. And so I did the base an even brighter yellow and just painted the building brown to depict that these are those, and every single one has a different player or different ability depending on what it is. So it gets put off to the side. What were these again? They weren't a log house. They were make a carpenter. And the carpenter depicts that you get, sorry, the shine's probably awesome, that you get another building of the same color as the base when you play this one. So so you can I'm giving a bit of a shadow so you can see the same color there as the base and the bottom. So I painted the whole thing base color, and then I took a brown wash so that it looks like it has some logs and a bit of definition on it. So it actually looks like a little log house for the carpenter's building. There's solitary crane, just brown and the beige. It's nothing interesting about that. The mine, just a gray mine with a little sepia wash on it along the kind of building part, and the mine cart. It kind of slopped around, so it's actually a bit of places where it shouldn't be, but you know, just looks like a mine. You know what it is. And then the White Castle, again, it's the another beigey tile that you pull out of a bag, and these are just representations, 3D representations for the tile piece. So I just did on the beige, a White Castle, and then actually, I didn't even black wash this one. I painted the castle brown originally, just like everything else. I did all these tiles brown as their base coat. And when I put the white paint over top, it kind of shaded itself. The white paint gave itself definition and color. And then I just painted the parapets red to define that it was a castle, because all castles were generally red plastic. And same thing with the one that gives you points. Because it's red, they're all kind of given point stuff. So that's just to show that it is the White Castle that is related to castles, and it's white. And I did paint the vineyard piece that holds the vineyard tiles, but it's deep in the box, and I decided not to get it while I'm talking to you here. I have been painting a bunch of the other Massive Darkness minis. I have to compile the videos. The minis have been slow and tedious because I've stripped them down and repainted them a second time, and I'm not exactly happy with a bunch of them because I tried something new and it didn't work out. Then I tried different colors, and maybe you guys would like them, but wasn't sparking a lot of happiness for me. So that's really all I've got. So hopefully the next time I release another video, hopefully it'll be soonish, we'll have all the stuff that I did finish painting and more stuff that I am painting. Until another session, this is the Grumpy Grizzly. Later.